It's Friday, September 7th, 2018. It's time for my Week 13, Lucky 13 CFL predictions. Did my NFL predictions yesterday. I'm already 0 for 1 on those. Go me. I'm amazing. So, what always happens with me in the CFL happens with me in the NFL. I have the toughest time picking the first game of the week. I don't know why that is. Last night's Thursday night game, Atlanta versus Philadelphia, I didn't take into account how good Philly's defense is, and they embarrassed Atlanta. So here we are. I've been picking CFL for only about 8 or 9 weeks, somewhere like that. And I think I've only gotten 2 of the games right. 2, maybe 3 of the games right the first game of the week, whether it's a Thursday or Friday game. I do terrible. I'm just awful. And the first game is Ottawa versus BC. Now, here's the problem. BC's favored. Ottawa's the division leader. BC is favored. And, well, of course, BC's in the West and Ottawa's in the East, but BC's favored by 1.5 points over the division-leading Red Blacks. Now, I tend to agree with that. I think the BC Lions will win. So, for all BC Lion fans, I apologize. Your team will lose now because I picked them to win. Because I have a very, very tough time picking the first game. But I'm going to take the BC Lions. They had the week off. They've had a chance to, I think they had the week off. They did. So they've had a week off. Ottawa played terrible versus Montreal. Terrible. Nobody on that team had a good game. Powell, Harris, didn't matter. None of them had a good game. They played bloody awful. So, you can pretty much say whatever you want, but it's like you're talking that last week Ottawa didn't even have a major. They did not get a single touchdown, whether it was defensive, special teams, offense, no touchdowns. Lots of field goals and singles, but no majors. So that's bad. Now, do I think the BC Lions defense is going to do that to Ottawa? No. But Ottawa is still one of those teams that I struggle with. Sometimes they play out of their head and they look like the division leaders that they are. Then other times they score 11 points against the team with the worst record at the time and can't even score a major, and they look terrible. And it's just like, what Ottawa team is going to show up here in British Columbia? Now remember, it's Ottawa making the trip all the way from the east to go all the way across Canada to BC, to British. It's a long trip. BC's gotten to stay, they got to stay home on their bye week. They get to stay home this week and play. Well rested, plenty of time to prepare for Ottawa. Had a little bit of time to look at what, not only were they already preparing for Ottawa, they get to watch a little bit of what Montreal did to them and maybe implement that into their defensive plan. So I'm going to take BC. But like I said, the first game of the week is rough for me. I get it wrong way too often. So we move on to Hamilton and Toronto. Toronto is still going with McLeod Bethel Thompson. I'm thinking this is a game that the guy that they picked up in free agent, I'm blanking on his name right now, but he is actually going to play. He's actually going to play in this game. So I'm going to just find out his name real quick because it's like, I just go into this. But, the thing is, it's like Toronto didn't play super good last week. McLeod Bethel Thompson is starting to not look that good again. So it's Duron Carter. I just wanted to make sure of that. Duron Carter is the guy that's going to actually play for Toronto. Will that make a difference to McLeod Bethel Thompson? They're saying they'll use him on kickoffs and things like that. I think Hamilton's on a roll. I think Masoli is playing extremely well. I'm going to take Hamilton. Hamilton's favored by 6 points. Saskatchewan versus Winnipeg. I'm taking Saskatchewan. I think that Collaros is a better quarterback than Nichols. I think Winnipeg's on a slide. So I think Saskatchewan's going to get the sweep of the series, the home-and-home series. I think Saskatchewan's playing just a lot better football. Winnipeg is favored by 4. I just think Saskatchewan's playing better football right now. So I'm going to give them the edge. Will I get it right? I don't know. We'll find out when I do the NFL report, or when I do my CFL report on Sunday. But I'm going to take Winnipeg. Calgary versus Edmonton. This is a tough game, and I'm going to tell you why. Calgary has lost a lot of people due to injury, wide receivers. That's not good. They lost Kamar Jordan. This is the guy that just recently broke the record for most yards in one game. He set a franchise record. Edmonton lost, I think, Walker. So they've lost a wide receiver too. But I think Riley is a little bit better of a passer than Levi Mitchell. But Bo Levi Mitchell is still, he's a fighter. I mean, he's a scrapper. And that's why I love Bo Levi Mitchell. But I think Calgary at home had their victory over Edmonton. Now we're going to Edmonton. Edmonton will get this victory. Even though Calgary's favored by 3, I'm going to take Edmonton to win this game. I think Riley and that team bounce back. I think Calgary losing Kamar Jordan is a big, big miss for them. I don't know. It's obvious Bo Levi Mitchell likes throwing him the ball, and now I think he's out for the year. So this is, to me, that's a huge blow, and now you're going to have to look elsewhere. I still think Calgary is the best team in the CFL right now, but I think Edmonton can win this game. And, Calgary's already lost the one game, so there's not the pressure to win every game now. But I still think this is a game that Edmonton wins. Edmonton's a real good team. They're sliding a little bit. This will be a chance for them to kind of gain their footing. It's not like they played bad in Calgary. They only lost by 3 points in Calgary last week. So now they're at home. I think those 3 points will basically probably flip-flop, and this should be Edmonton's game. So basically for Week 13, I'm going BC over Ottawa tonight. I'm going Hamilton to beat Toronto. I'm going Saskatchewan over Winnipeg. And I'm doing Edmonton over Calgary. Those are the picks. I'm just dreading sitting there and seeing the score at the end of that game and going, I feel so bad for BC because they really need the win. I mean, unfortunately they're dead last in the West, and the West is strong. It has a lot of teams that are doing really well. So it's tough. It's tough for them. I think Ottawa is still going to be a super hard challenge for them, but I'm still going to pick BC, Lille, and BC to win that game. And I feel sorry for BC fans because they're probably going to lose because I picked them. Not really. I have no effect. It's just bad luck for me. It's like, I don't care how big of fans we are of whatever we're a fan of. We have no effect by who we pick. There's not going to be any bad luck for any team. I'm just having bad luck picking those games. So, but I actually looked at what the experts of the CFL writer, or the writers on CFL.ca, and it's like I pretty much almost picked with what they were picking. It's like I'm going, I picked pretty close. BC and Ottawa, they were kind of split, but on everything else, they agreed with me. Whatever. So let me know who you think's going to win down in the comments below. Hey, we got a week where we don't have to worry about who the starting quarterback for Montreal is going to be, so we can kind of relax and take a breather from that. But still, I can't wait to see what they're going to do next week. I'm going to keep an eye on that Montreal story. I want to know who's going to be playing and who's doing what. And the CFL, it's an exciting league. It really is. It's like more people need to pay attention to it, especially down here in America. Pay attention to it. It's good football. There's some great storylines going on, and it's very entertaining stuff. So, I know the NFL is starting, but, there's room enough for more football. There's always room for more football. And with all that being said, to the troops, past, present, and future, thanks for the freedom.